So, it was by no means a good performance in the slightest. However, we have got the job done somehow by beating Greece 3-1 at home and getting revenge for the last time out, and we've put ourselves in a really, really strong position to get to at least a World Cup playoff, with Greece having to go to Denmark now and get a win just to stay in the World Cup qualifiers, because if they don't, then they'll find themselves more than likely at least 7 or 9 points behind Scotland, as long as we can get the job done against Belarus, which should be something that we definitely should be doing, especially at home. And of course we went away from home and have already beaten Belarus in that game. But you have to say that the Greeks are going to be walking away from that game thinking, how on earth they didn't at least take something from the game. They definitely deserved something from the game with the way it went. The first half, it was mainly all Greece, and they definitely should have taken the lead after a nice bit of 1-2 and link-up play, and the ball was fired across, and I think it's Pavlidis that just needs to touch it, and it'll go into the back of the net. But thankfully for us, he doesn't get anything on it. And then, to be fair, the rest of the first half was a bit of a non-event, really. Gannon Doak creating 1 or 2 opportunities, but nothing concrete. And in fact, the commentators were saying in the second half that by the 60th minute or something like that, we hadn't even had a shot on target, which is poor at home, no matter who you're playing. Second half comes and... again, the Greeks are on top, creating most of the opportunities, and then Clark makes a really strange sub at the time. Yes, we went on to win the game, but taking off our most positive outlet going forward for Billy Gilmore was a strange move. And then not too long after that, Greece actually take the lead. It's link-up play down the right-hand side, and it's Solis, I think, who fires the ball across. It's a deflected effort at first, so it's a little bit unlucky in that regard. It comes off Suter straight to Tsimikas, who fires into the back of it. Nothing that Angus Gunn can do about it, but the goal had definitely been coming at that point. And then, for whatever reason, that kind of, I don't know if it woke the Scotland team up, it kind of lulled Greece into a false sense of security, but from there, Scotland actually started creating chances pretty much almost immediately, actually, down the line, sending balls into the box, trying to create stuff. And then not too long after the goal was scored from Greece, we get a corner. Ryan Christie whips it out. I don't know if he's actually trying to pick out Tony Ralston with this ball, or if it's just a really poor ball in. Ralston sends it back in. Originally, it looked as though Hanley may have been offside, but after the lines were drawn, it looked like a foot from one of the Greek players was playing him onside. He kind of puts himself about. The ball bounces around in the box, and Ryan Christie on his weaker foot finishes into the back of the net to equalise very quickly after we conceded. And then from there, Greece started to come into it again a little bit, looking to create some more chances, but we did end up taking the lead from another set play. The free kick originally was won by Lewis Ferguson after a really nasty looking elbow from Tsimikas, to be fair on him, just on the edge of the box. Andy Robertson sends the ball in. Again, it's kind of a bit of a scramble after a kind of non-one-header, if you like, but a really smart finish from Lewis Ferguson into the back of the net for his first Scotland goal, and to make it 2-1 to Scotland. And then from there, Greece were looking to try and get back in it. Of course, Clark made a couple of substitutions, switching to the back five to protect the lead, taking Christie off for Tierney and Adams off for Dykes. Dykes, probably with the way this game went, should have started immediately. Wins a flick on for McTominay, who was a little bit isolated in the game. Adams was certainly isolated in the game, and then we created another chance from there. Didn't quite pan out though. Greece, though, towards the end of the game, just before the added time, massive chance from their wonder kid. He cuts inside and he's hitting a curling effort. It's definitely going in, and Angus Gunn with a brilliant save to tip it over the bar. And then not long after that, Lyndon Dykes, it's a long ball forward. He does well to get anything on it in the first place. It comes off the Greek defender and looks as though we're going to win a corner. The goalie just tries to stop it. He makes an absolute mess of it. Tries to stop it from going out from the corner. Dykes, to be fair to him though, anticipates that this is going to happen, pounces on the ball, and then it's a good finish from him, even though it's an open net, to make it 3-1 and game over by that point. So Bit of a heist, if you like, similar to when we had the 1-0 win away from home in Greece last time out, but this one, of course, more convincing scoreline. Anyone who didn't watch the game will look at that scoreline and think that Scotland were dominant in the game. Definitely wasn't the case. We definitely came into it a little bit more after we conceded the goal, but we had to at that point. And again, it has put us into a terrific position going into the game in a couple of days' time against Belarus to hopefully secure ourselves minimum a playoff in the World Cup from there, and then see what we can do in the final 2 games away from home to Greece and at home to Denmark to see if we can secure the World Cup qualification without having to go through the playoff, which would be the more ideal scenario, of course. That's going to do it for the reaction though. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new around here, please consider checking out some of the other content on the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.